Hey, Chris Jenkins, credential member of the media covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe, aka Man of the People, because I enjoy bringing you coverage of this Carolina Panthers team. Joined with my co-host Cyrus Jenkins. He's going to be joining me for a minute or two. You know, the more kids you get, the more that you learn. You just can't fight them all. So he's going to be a part of the show for, I guess, until he starts to squirm and Grandma comes in here to get him. But meanwhile, what we're going to do is go ahead and get you guys up to date on this Carolina Panthers matchup as they get ready to take on who? They're going to get ready to take on CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans. By the way, if you haven't done so already, the link is in the description for those who want to register to win what? Carolina Panthers Bryce Young black jersey, the number 9 jersey. That link is in the description as well. Something that we're doing each week because we know it's a rough season. Carolina Panthers are 0-6, so why not be in this with you together, make you look forward to something, and help you continue to tune into the show. We're still trying to grow to 10,000 subscribers, all right? So register now to win that Bryce Young jersey. And as always, there's a link in the description for you to jump on the show, join me, and talk some Carolina Panthers football. So let's go ahead and get into a few things. Let me say what's going on to Dean. Are you breaking my? Oh, don't do that, buddy. I got to pay attention to things. But no, that's my water. D Money, what's going on? Appreciate you tuning in. All right, Grandma's ready for you, buddy. Say bye.
Say bye.
Say bye. He's like, there's me. Uh-oh, he's not wanting to go. Come on. Here you go. You come get him. You can come get him. There we go. All right. There we go. We got Grandma around these days, which helps. Get that door. Helps us to do some things. You got to have Grandma around once you get to more than 2 kids. You got to have Grandma around. So D-Money also asked about what are we hearing about JC. So I'm also going to get you an update on JC Horn. So let's first go over some of these transactions that actually started taking place yesterday and through today. So let me go ahead and let you know about these. They signed tight end Jordan Matthews to the practice squad. We signed quarterback Jake Luton again. This time he's on the Carolina Panthers practice squad. And I forget who it was. I probably should have looked it up before I came online. Jake Luton I'm going to look it up right now. We had Jake, then we lost Jake, and we got Jake back. I'm just going to look it up. I forget who he went to for a second. Where'd he go? Oh, he went to the Saints. Yeah, the New Orleans Saints grabbed Jake Luton from us for a little bit, and then they released him on the October 16th, so a little bit over a week ago. And they were just doing that to try to cover their end as they had lost a quarterback due to a suspension. All right, let's get back to this transaction list for you all. We also activated guard Austin Corbett from the physically unable to perform list. We also released offensive lineman Justin McCray from the practice squad. And then we agreed to terms with a few guys helping with some depth that we've been needing. But we agreed to terms with outside linebacker Brett Tooth. Is that how you say it? Brett Tooth? We also agreed to terms with outside linebacker Lou. Man, I need to practice these names before I come online. I need to practice these names because you guys could tear me up in these comments because I'm not doing a good job at all of pronouncing these guys' names. So I'm going to confess that I need to get better at practicing these names. But I'm going to put them back on the screen, and I'm going to go through it. Agreed to terms with offensive lineman Brett Tooth, and then they agreed to terms with excuse me, outside linebacker Luigi Villae. And then these other things here, we're just putting these guys on injured reserve. Defensive back Jeremy Chin, outside linebacker Yetur Gross-Matos, and tight end Giovanni Ricci. And, you know, those guys were guys that we saw being injured before recently, but those guys been placed on injured reserve. This means that they are officially going to be out for at least 4 weeks. All right. Now we got some other stuff to go through. Coach Frank Reich as well as Bryce Young spoke with the media today as we get ready for the Houston Texans matchup. And a lot of it was about C.J. Stroud. Hold on, let me check him a little guy. He wants to be back on the show. Okay. He can't come on the show. He's not dressed right now, so I'm gonna have to let him cry it out for a second. Bryce Young's interview was mostly about his relationship with C.J. Stroud, growing up with C.J. Stroud, how much he cheers for him, things like that. Wasn't much football talk that came out of that from Bryce that I want to share with you guys. But if you want to, you're welcome to go to Panthers.com, watch that full interview where he talks about his relationship with C.J. Stroud. Frank Reich spoke with the media as well. He spoke first. So there was good energy in practice today, which, after a bye week, there should be some good energy. You've had a good bit of time away from the game, got refreshed, spent time with family and friends, and now you're back. So he said that there was a lot of good energy at practice. But look, here's what we're going to go ahead and drop for you all right now. Oh, the injury report, because D-Money asked me about J.C. Horn. I'm going to touch on that in just a second. But I want to go ahead and get to this. So many times it's been mentioned that the head coach, Frank Reich, really, really wanted C.J. Stroud. He's the type of body that he likes at the quarterback position. He's he's a bigger body than the smaller in size Bryce Young. Lots to talk about it. Saying that David Tepper was the one who really, really pushed for and wanted Bryce Young. So what I'm going to play for you is a clip from today, quarterback coach, I don't want to say quarterback, former quarterback, but head coach Frank Reich, just to put it clearly, head coach Frank Reich talking about these quarterbacks and, where exactly he was during the pre-draft with which quarterback that he wanted to select.
I always said I like C.J. Stroud a lot. I like all those. I've said this many times. I like that whole quarterback draft. I think they were all really good prospects. I think they're all going to have really good NFL careers. My eyes and our eyes were on Bryce Young, and from start to finish. You look at the film, you talk to the man, you get a sense for the leader, the player, and what he is and what he can be and how he fits to what we want to do and the vision that we have as an offense, as a team, and as an organization. We got the guy for us. And I'm sure Houston feels they got the guy for them. That's great. I mean, I think it's great for the NFL. It's great for our two guys. I think we're both very happy with where we're at and the direction we're going.
All right, so there you go. Head coach Frank Reich just saying, hey, I never said that. I like Bryce Young. I'm sure C.J. Stroud is loved by the Houston Texans. I feel like both organizations got what they want. You can't judge a guy by the week. You never know. So there it is. Frank Reich talking about his preference in quarterback and how much he is happy with the guy that they have, and that being Bryce Young. All right, a few other things from today, which was let's go ahead and put up this injury report because that's going to help allow me to answer the question about J.C. Horn. I'm putting up everything but the injury report. Here we go. Our current injury report. So, safety Von Bell did not practice due to quadriceps. Wide receiver Laviska Shenault did not practice due to an injury. Due to an ankle injury. Tight end Stephen Sullivan did not practice due to an illness. And the one for Sullivan caught me off guard because I'm like, is this going backwards? Because I know he was active last week and now he's on a DNP, but he had an illness. Too much fun during the break. You can come in here for a second. Hold on 1 second, guys. If he's dressed, he can come in here for a second. Come here, buddy. Come on. Oh, boy. No, I'm good. All right. So, I want to welcome you all to live TV. Looking at the camera that's not there. I want to welcome you all to live TV, where this guy was just going to cry profusely with his grandmother because he wanted to be back on here. So we're going to finish the show with my man. He's going to have a little extended bedtime tonight because he's here with me. But nevertheless, go ahead. You gonna wipe the tears off? You know, it was funny because before he didn't even want to come on. But anyway, let's go ahead and get back to this injury report. We also had guard Austin Corbett. He was limited in practice today due to his knee. Looks like he'll be good to go this weekend, and we continue to get closer to having our line back at full strength versus this Houston Texans team, which will not be a bad thing at all. We also had linebacker Frankie Louvu limited in practice with a hip. Offensive tackle Taylor Moton limited in practice today due to a knee. And then look at this, some good progress. We got safety Xavier Woods with the hamstring. He did participate in practice today, though he was limited. So these are a few guys that I just decided not to throw in the injury report because they really aren't injured. Previously guys that were injured but are okay and good to go right now would be running back Miles Sanders, guard Calvin Throckmorton, guard Chandler Zavala. All look good today. Coach said they're just going to continue to monitor these guys, but things right now are going in the right direction for those guys to be active this Sunday versus the Texans. And then we got a few guys that didn't practice today due to getting a rest. One of the guys, I guess you got to give him the rest because he's an older guy, but production-wise, we still really haven't seen what I would like to see out of this guy this year. But anyway, we had wide receiver Adam Thielen getting a rest day. I'm okay with that. Hopefully I'll be able to get in the locker room this week to talk to Adam because I really do want to talk a little bit more about his ability to be, he's like such a dynamic third down receiver. And he's getting catches on the other downs as well. But on third down, this guy is just money every single week. And I just want to pick his brains about how he goes about his third downs. Why are they so different for him this year? See what he has to say. And just some other questions as well if I'm able to get into the locker room this week. Additionally, the edge rusher, you sleepy, buddy? You could have went to sleep. Edge rusher Justin Houston had a rest day, did not practice. He's a guy that I was talking about in terms of haven't exactly seen the production that I would like to from him, but he's inactive. He did not practice getting some rest. So congrats. I guess if I was an older player can get that rest day, I'd take it any time that I could get it as well. So was asked about my guy J.C. Horn, and updates regarding him. So coach said that J.C. Horn has not suffered any setbacks. He's been great, but it's still, that's me and you right there. He can see us on the screen. It's still going to be a minute or two before J.C. Horn is back on the field, unfortunately. But the fortunate thing is no setbacks. The unfortunate thing is it's still going to be a while before we see J.C. Horn on the field. Miles Sanders, I mentioned he's, practicing. Chuba Hubbard has been doing good. Will we see Chuba start? Will Miles start? Coach wasn't willing to say that because Miles looks to be back this Sunday that he's going to start, totally acknowledging that that Chuba Hubbard has been doing well. Said they're just going to continue to wait. To me, the continue to wait with Frank Reich is just stalling. This guy has, when he can, he admits that he does everything he can to release information at the last minute so that he can try to maintain as much of a competitive advantage as possible. So I feel like he already knows that, but he's saying later in the week they'll know more, but foresees 3 running back rotation, meaning he foresees Blackshear coming into the rotation this week, albeit not a lot of carries because Laviska Shenault looks like he's going to miss another week, so you'll want to have that third running back out there and available to you. So those are the updates that I have for you regarding this Carolina Panthers team as they get ready to take on the Houston Texans. Please, please, please hit the like button. If not for this cute guy who joined me doing the show, he just wanted to be here he just waved to you guys. That is awesome. He's waving. Due to this great, handsome guy, hit the like button. Also, don't forget to register to win. It's a free Nike authentic Carolina Panthers Bryce Young jersey that's black that we're giving away. So link is in the description for you to register to do that. Let me make sure I get to all the comments on here. D Money, I appreciate you. And then, oh, here we go. We got a member. You know, anytime members come on the show, we gotta play the sound effect. We gotta do the special thanks. And you see this little guy looking around and say, "Where's that noise coming from, Dad?" But Noah Sparks, good evening, Chris. Did you hear Coach Reich say we're happy where we are when talking about us having Bryce on our team? People are gonna take that out of context for sure. They could take it out of context if they're wanting to, but when you look pretty deeply into the Bryce Young thing, and I'm not even going to go super deep into it, but he's been improving every week. He's been improving. He's not throwing the same interceptions. He's hitting guys that are open. He's accurate with his passes. He just has a lot of other stuff that's going negatively against him that he's just not dynamic enough to overcome and say, hey, though I don't have a true wide receiver number one, though I have a line that's kind of iffy, though my wide receivers may not run the right routes and drop some balls, that I'm just going to will this into greatness. He's not there yet. He's still a rookie, and he needs some more help. But appreciate you, Noah. Appreciate you being a member of the channel. We're independent media, 100% supported by you guys watching. Your contributions, your cash apps, links in the description. So please continue to support us. Help us do our thing and grow and cover this Carolina Panthers team. As you see, we're still grinding it out. I'm having a baby still coming on doing the shows. The team is 0-6, and we're giving away jerseys. We're doing all that we can to continue to support this team and to make it fun for those as we go through this tough season. Charlie, what's up? Appreciate you joining me. And I see you there with the Hornets icon. I got to learn what that thing is called, but Hornets are back in action tonight. Season opener against the Atlanta Hawks. Let me see if I can pretend to be a great dynamic host and give you the current score. Current score, the Atlanta Falcons 56, the Charlotte Hornets 51. Just starting through the third quarter with a little bit less than 10 minutes to go. Hopefully, Charlie, you appreciate that update as we just specialize in covering the Carolina Panthers. Leonard Kowalski, good evening, Chris and Panthers Nate. What's going on, Leonard? Appreciate you tuning in. And what do we got? Chuba getting the bulk of the load this week. Coach Cap, it's all good. Yeah, the coach, Frank Reich, tries to get all these competitive advantages that I just don't really think give you a competitive advantage by saying which guy is going to play and which guy is not. And some of these instances anyway. But appreciate it. And then Leonard says, I have registered, fingers crossed. Would love to rock that Young jersey here in Northern California. So, yeah, the link is out there for you guys to subscribe to the channel. Link is out there for you all to register to win that free jersey. And I hope you do. Tell a friend about it as well. So, 4 more days left to register to win that jersey, by the way. That is it, unless there are any other questions from you all watching. I'll give you another minute to see if there's a question that comes through. Think they're going to ask us any more questions, man? Or nah? You want to tell them about your sister? You can tell them about your sister, Sierra. Or not. All right. Give you 10 more seconds to see if there's a question that comes through. Otherwise, we're going to be out. All right. We got one that came in. What good trades could we be a part of? Man, that is such a complicated question because there's not been anything out there substantial to say where we're going to be trading. It seems like the Brian Burns thing, we're on a Wednesday here. Haven't heard any talks about Brian Burns going somewhere. So it's starting to seem like we're going to hold on to Brian Burns, which would be the guy that could give us the most assets. Terrace Marshall Jr., Only has, we're on the final days. He's not a guy that would, draw much interest, and haven't heard anything since he made the declaration that he wanted to be traded and that the team was open to trading him. You've had some interest in Dante Jackson, but for me, I think the biggest thing with our team right now is we're just 0-6, and I'm sure we probably have gotten a call or two, but the fact is, we need help, right? And so you don't have to be too aggressive if you're another team to say, hey, let me give you this great thing, and let me give you that, because we need help, and we're terrible. So the Carolina Panthers honestly aren't in that great of a position to do trades where they're going to get a lot, which is probably why, though, we've heard those names, Dante Terrace, Brian Burns, even a Derek Brown. But everybody knows that we're selling, so it's just not a good look, especially when you're the worst record in the NFL. Appreciate that question, Torno Holy. Hopefully I said that name correctly. So thank you all for watching. Appreciate the likes. I'm Chris Jenkins. This is Cyrus Jenkins. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon.